All right, yo, what's going on? We're watching 10 video games that have suddenly vanished.
Vanished.
It's a
Yeah,
cream and cologne, baby.
baby.
All right,
Yeah, baby.
without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Straight into it. Yeah.
So about every year or so on this channel, we do a bit of a check-in on some games that were announced and went completely dark or even vanished.
Bro, I wonder if they're
Whether
gonna
it's a span of
mention.
a
Bro,
long couple
why do
of
I feel
months
like Destiny
or a
is a
few
fucking dead
years,
game to me,
these
bro?
games
It's
have
just not
left
like
us
mainstream.
wanting to
Bro,
hear
the picture of the
something
community's
about
community's
anything.
fucking huge, bro.
We got
But
two
like,
games
Yeah.
to talk
for
about
some
today.
reason, I
We
feel like that
probably
game's
have way
dead.
more than
Maple
10,
Story's
so maybe
dead.
we'll do a part 2.
Like,
Let us know in the
It's
comments.
definitely like
But
not in the
anyway, let's get started
mainstream
off
anymore, I
with
would
number
say.
10 and talk about Perfect Dark. Yes, the big Microsoft Xbox.
Oh, I've heard a lot about
triple
Perfect
A
Dark.
Or really quadruple A
get to hear
Perfect
about
Dark
this.
game that was announced
There's also
a few
gameplay
years back
popping
with a
up.
flashy trailer. Seems like it's still a ways away, and we've really heard barely anything official. The most recent report actually comes from IGN reporting about how the game has just had a lot of stops and starts, leadership changes, direction changes,
It's
and
just
it
not.
actually reads a lot like not much drama or like
Like,
red writing
like
on the
whenever they run out
wall
of game
or
ideas, they're
vibes,
gonna
but
bring
just
this back
regular,
up.
typical
Yeah.
video game delay stuff. Just random things that can happen that really drag down a game's development process. And that also is coupled with the fact that, according to this report, development work had barely even started on the game when that trailer was revealed. They were
Yeesh.
still staffing
Wow.
up, and over the
Wow,
course
they
of
just
many
made a
months, we've
VFX
heard
trailer. That's
about
tough.
leadership changes and stuff like that. Matt Booty, head of Xbox Games, has spoken about that and how work is continuing. He had even said, on
Isn't
record,
that
he
technically
had
how
seen
it's supposed to
some
go
versions of
now?
the
Like,
game,
you're
but
supposed to
couple
like
that with the
put a
most
trailer
recent
out and see
report
if
from
people
IGN,
like the
it seems like it's a long
concept
time
from the
before we
video,
see
and then if they
anything
like
from
it,
this
then
one.
turn it into
Of
a
course, we now know
game.
that this new studio that was
don't know.
created to work on this game is
Because
also
isn't that
teaming
what
up
like
kind of collaborating
Bungie
with Crystal
did
Dynamics,
with
and
the game that we
apparently
reviewed?
that relationship
With
is actually
Marathon?
going pretty
I mean,
well.
not really.
Look,
They
with
they had
something like a
planned
new
Marathon
Perfect
for a
Dark game,
while.
I'll wait as
Oh.
long as it takes. I don't really care. I'm just really curious to see what the hell does a Perfect Dark game look like in this day and age. Is it just going to
Facts.
be another first-person shooter?
For real.
What's the hook really going to be? It has to do something different to stand out, and it's not really going to have
Literally.
that rare DNA because it's a completely different.
I ain't gonna lie,
studio.
Marathon
So
about to
what's
crush
gonna
everything
happen?
walking,
I
so I
have
just
so many questions with this one, and I feel like my questions are going to linger for a long time. Next, over at number 9, let's talk about Metroid Prime 4. Now, the last
Metroid.
time Nintendo said anything
Metroid.
about
Oh, Lord.
this game was when they announced
Young
Retro Studios
gang.
joining in to help, after Nintendo thought the current build wasn't up to their standards. And that was
Fortunate.
back in 2019. I think we actually talked about this exact same
Fortunate.
situation
Wow.
in a video like
Push back a better
year ago.
game than
But in case you missed it,
any one of
Nintendo's
these
quote
kiddie-ass
was,
games.
specifically, we have decided to have the producer, Kensuke Tanabe, work in trust and collaboration with the studio that developed the original Metroid Prime series, Retro Studios, in the United States, and restart development from the beginning. By collaborating and developing with Retro Studios, we believe we can make this game something that will meet our fans' expectations.
See you in 2 years.
So they have restarted
Yeah.
development, and that was back in 2019. And, just 3 weeks ago, at the time of making this video, Retro Studios put out job listings for storyboard artists. So while that's not like an official announcement or anything
That's
like
good.
that, they are seemingly officially hiring staff for the game still, with the job description mentioning working with cinematic leads to help maintain cinematic pillars, define emotional scenes, and just narrative, story, general stuff. So I take
Pre-order on
that
Amazon is
generally
crazy,
as
bro.
they're still a ways away on this one. I'm glad that Nintendo got the Metroid Prime remaster, remake type thing out, because it's great and it allows us to kind of bide our time while they work on that game. Maybe they're going to do
Ooh.
remaster remakes
This
of
look
Metroid
fun.
Prime 2, 3. I don't
You
know.
know, Metroid
but
games
I
are
expect it's more
pretty
likely to
enjoyable.
see that stuff than actually see Metroid Prime 4 anytime soon. And you know what? With a game like Metroid Prime 4, take your time, guys. The original Metroid Prime is incredible, and
True.
all Metroid games are great, and they
Yes.
deserve love and care. So take the time you need to make it incredible, make it worthy of Samus. Next, over at number 8, we have Everwild.
It's the
Remember
roll for
that
me.
other Rare
It's the
game
side
that was
dodge for
announced,
me.
that Xbox Rare kind of open adventure, animal nature hunting thing? There's not really a good way to describe it, so I'm just going to call it fantasy. This was announced a few years back, and the last time we heard anything of it was October 29th, 2020. That was the last time Rare said anything about Everwild, and it was when they parted
Everwild,
with the
Everwild.
creative director. Microsoft issued a statement to outlets talking about the departure, confirming it, and saying that Everwild's development would be in good hands moving forward, with studio head saying, "We thank the previous creative director on all his hard work on Everwild and wish him the very best of luck for the future. The Everwild team is in good hands and passionate about building a game that will give players unforgettable experiences in a natural and magical world," which means pretty much nothing to me. Now, it's worth noting that about a year later, Video Games Chronicle ran a story about it being rebooted, and while there isn't an official statement about it from Rare or Microsoft, it does seem like that was the last time it hit the news cycle, and it's been a while. I think in this case, it's definitely okay, because if you asked me, that original trailer didn't really intrigue me, so at the very least, it's leaving me not with bated breath, dying to see what comes next, what they're going to announce. Just maybe it's better that it's gone dormant for a while, and when it comes out or when more is revealed, it's just an awesome thing. That's the positive person in me. You guys know I'm an optimist.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait and see. Next, over at number 7, though, we have to mention the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. When this thing was revealed, it looked a little
Prince of Persia.
A bunch of delays.
Remake,
Ubisoft ultimately announced
Prince of Persia was so good.
shifting the development studio specifically to Ubisoft Montreal. That was announced in May 2022. Then it was delayed again, and really, like, we haven't really heard much at all.
Delayed
the last official
indefinitely,
word
yeah,
from
you just give
Ubisoft
up.
was actually in
Stuff.
May of 2023 when the Prince of Persia Twitter account actually tweeted out, "Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake won't be at the upcoming Ubisoft Forward event, but fear not, it's very much alive." That's all I need at this point.
Yeah, alive in your
I
files.
know what Prince of Persia is. I know I really like
God,
it. I know I'll
Ubisoft is still
probably
making
play it,
games,
but
am I right?
just knowing that the project wasn't completely canned helps, because for a while it seemed like it was gonna. I know I keep repeating this, but like, hopefully when this does release, it gets.
Bro,
the
you
time
can
it
pre-order
deserves,
these
because I think
fucking
we need
games
the Prince
before they
now
even get
more
a
than ever.
date?
And that's no slight to the spin-off game.
What?
The
They
Lost
need the
Crown.
money.
That looks pretty sweet also, but just a good old-fashioned
Oh, that's
Prince of
tough.
Adventure,
That was better than the game.
especially The Sands of Time, just a legendary game that not enough people have experienced, especially younger audiences. I hope it's as cool as it originally was back in the day. Now,
Facts.
next over at number
That's
6, we have
so-
Crysis 4. Do you remember Crysis 4? It was announced a few years back with just kind of like a flashy trailer. You know, a trailer that told us absolutely nothing about the game. There is literally nothing to extrapolate about a new Crysis game, but that's pretty much been it. The only update we actually have for you guys is 2 months ago, Crytek, the developers, put out a video announcing that they are hiring for Crysis 4. And if anything, this just educates what a lot of video game industry stuff has been. Some games are announced with not too much behind it because they.
Oh my God, Avowed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, dude. That's like
He had to bring up Avowed.
Developers to sign
Avowed.
on and help
If you
work
guys
on
don't
the
know,
game.
that's again we did a reaction to it.
Splinter
Should be
Cell
coming out
remake was
soon.
announced with
Yeah, that's
absolutely
it's
nothing to
crazy.
show
Fucking
for it
terrible.
because they wanted to
Fucking
hire developers. They
terrible.
wanted to attract developers to take on the project. And that's the case here with Crysis 4. They announced it. We all memed about it melting our computers. Then we heard nothing. And really, it was just about hiring. So don't expect Crysis 4 anytime soon. Next, over at number 5, we have Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Now, this
Oh
one
my
has
goodness.
been a painfully long wait.
Such a
And
long
since
title.
It was announced back in like 2019, late 2019. We've gotten tons of spin-off games in this world, but never a mainline entry.
Whoa,
Something that we've
tough.
been looking forward to for so long as fans
Yeah,
of
that's tough.
Vampires, but also the original PC entry that is now like a
Wait,
classic.
holy-
Vampire the
wait, why don't I
Masquerade
remember
Bloodlines
this
2 was
game?
teased in 2019, revealed in 2019, and then subsequently delayed and delayed and delayed into oblivion, and we barely heard anything about it since. We do know that when it was delayed in 2020 and then eventually delayed to 2020.
Yo, you know what it looks like? 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 That game,
that
the game that we were talking about.
Complete shift in development change.
The game that we were talking
The-
about earlier.
Suit Labs was working on
Yeah,
it,
I
and
know what
then
you're
they
talking about. I don't know the
taken
name
off
of it
the
though.
project, and a new studio is working on it. So apparently, it was that coupled with the pandemic.
Yeah, 'cause
and
look.
the jump to
Bro, I'm
next
not tripping,
generation
bro.
Consoles and a lack of availability of like PS5 and Xbox Series.
It's like
X
Bite Me,
as
right? Or some
development
shit?
Kits
I
for
don't
them to
know.
get working on the game.
I don't know
Was
if-
why
I
it
don't
got
know if
pushed
I'm-
even more. Then it was pushed to late 2021. Then it was pushed to 2022. Then it was pushed to 2023. With one of the most recent on-the-record statements from the developers and publishers was that a release window in 2023 for Bloodlines 2 is, and I quote, absolutely not impossible, and that a launch date may be announced soon. We have heard from the developers in July. They put out a blog post reassuring people that they are still plugging away at the game, but as of right now, no official real look at the game or anything. And that's an absolute far cry from when the game was originally announced in like 2019, because we got a trailer, we got box art, we got pre-order bonuses, all that type of stuff.
Pre-order bonuses in
all that
2019
stuff was taken away. So now we have nothing, and all we can really do is hope for the best. Next over at number 4, Hytale. Remember Hytale?
It's like a 4-year pre-order, man.
Sandbox kind of adventure survival game, kind of like, as a layman, as an outsider, like a Minecraft spin-off evolution.
This just looks like Minecraft with a texture pack.
Developers that were formed from multiplayer servers in Minecraft. It's got funding from Riot Games, who
Riot Games
purchasing this studio. This is going to be a multi-platform
Lord.
thing, and people were seemingly very excited about it. But things have been pretty quiet, at least publicly, like in the gaming news world. The development team did post an update on their blog June of 2023, and this was really about it. The quote is, "We are excited to say that we have recently hit a major milestone. Our first external playtest. Someone left the playtest labs unlocked, and we managed to get our combat prototype loaded onto a room full of machines. We ran our participants through a series of exercises that ended with duels and team death matches. We tested an extensive number of systems for balance and flexibility, including player movement, abilities, weapons, armor, items, buffs, and magic." And say what you will about this is good transparency. At least we're getting an update like this. But like in the public sphere, in the conversation,
honestly, this doesn't look that bad at all.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this is kind of tough.
But rest assured, it seems like development is still very.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. We played that fucking Minecraft top-down shit, so like, bro, we'll definitely.
Yeah.
Next over at number 3, it's like we are obligated to mention it. Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh,
Obviously,
Lord.
the most recent Microsoft Activision.
Yeah, we got like a
FTC hearing,
5-second trailer that just said
from,
Elder Scrolls 6
a lawyer
is like
actually
in
kind of
development.
let the beans slip that the game is projected for 2026, but really that was just a Microsoft lawyer who probably honestly just has a rough idea of
did
things.
you remember that
They're
old
on the
lady thing where she
inside,
wanted
but
to like play it?
2026 can be projected, but we all know the games
No.
definitely get delayed. They shift, they move, so who knows? Also, that wasn't like an official statement or anything. Again, that was something that just came out of this FTC thing. Other than that, PC Gamer did say that, and I quote, "Todd Howard described the sequel as being in pre-production back in June 2022. But then it's worth noting that during that FTC hearing, Xbox head Phil Spencer said that it's 5+ years away. So we're gonna.
So why would a game take that long?
Sit here, we can
And why would they
speculate, we can
release
hash it out, you know,
a trailer
come up
or
with
like
fan
even
theories,
a
but
hint at it or
we'll
whatever if it's
save
gonna be
that
that
for
long?
another video, maybe further down the line. Now, next down at number 2, System Shock 3. Yes, another game in the legendary franchise is coming. A lot of people forgot about that, but it was a thing. Now, it's worth noting that Tencent acquired the rights. That was
Tencent, good luck.
Oh
and
Lord,
then, there's been no
League.
official word of whether or
We
not
got
it
'em.
is still in
We
development.
got 'em, boys.
And that's been it,
Chinese
really.
government.
You know, people speculate. There's a lot of things said, but my take is that Tencent is a absolutely massive monolith conglomerate, and at this point, System Shock is more of a niche thing. It's more of a classic gamer thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if Tencent people are in a boardroom and they're like, what is this game? What is this thing we have? How are we going to make a bunch of money off of this weird niche PC?
Literally.
Who knows? You know, Night Dive has said that it's up to them, really. It's up to Tencent.
It's like,
but at the very least,
it's
the
like they
System Shock
treat games like
remake
real
came out,
estate, you
and
know?
even
Like,
though
Yeah.
it didn't make the biggest splash
they'll
in the
buy
world,
it
it's
and then,
pretty
you know,
solid,
like,
and old school fans
oh, man.
seemingly are somewhat happy. So there is still potential for System Shock to live on. It's being
You know,
held
business
right
people
now by
getting
a
into
big
like
corporate overlord.
the
We just have to
gaming
wait and
like
see
sphere
what
is
happens.
it's akin to like Logan Paul
Now,
when he
down to
bought
number 1,
Pokemon
of
cards.
course, it's
He knew
Star Wars,
nothing about
Knights of
them.
the
He
Old
just knew
Republic.
that they would get him money if
This
he
one,
like
there's a lot of noise
made him
to it.
popular.
There's been a
Got
lot of
him.
speculation, different people working on the game, different people leaving the game, but ultimately, we haven't really heard a ton from this one. There have been so many leaks and rumors about different studios jumping on and working on it, but the bottom line, the big thing is that most recently, in an Embracer Group yearly report, Embracer Group being the holdings company that is going to be publishing and handling development of this thing, they still listed Knights of the Old Republic Remake as in development as of May 24th, 2023, not too long ago. Now, if the rumors and reports are true and that Aspire, the developers, have kind of stepped off the project and Saber Interactive is now working on the project, if that actually shakes out to be true, that could still mean that the game is definitely a ways away. but at the very least, it doesn't seem like they've canceled it, and that's good. The more Star Wars games, the better. I still can't imagine a Knights of the Old Republic remake, but the corporations are sure going to try and give it a shot. So let's see. Of
Did you ever
there are
play
so
Knights of
many
the Old
other
Republic?
games in development that we didn't have time to talk about today. Some
maybe.
more recent,
It was like an
Hollow Knight
MMO.
Silksong, which we still haven't seen, to some further off stuff. So let us know in the comments. There's
pretty
always so
fun.
many more games to talk about. So these were just quick updates. If you want to read up on these, we'll have sources and stuff linked in the description down below. But click the like button if you like talking games with us.
Yeah, man, that was good, dude.
That's all we need.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know about the Prince of Persia thing either, because Prince of Persia was actually a really good game. I didn't know they were gonna remake it. So
Ironically, this actually made me aware of some games that I want to hear from.
yes, dude, definitely raised a lot of awareness. I think that was the purpose, and it definitely served its purpose.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's been 10 video games that have suddenly vanished.
Yes, sir. Hope you guys enjoy the next video. Peace.
See you next one.